Welcome to Inspired by Design, the podcast where we explore the tools, stories, and insights to help you rediscover your authentic self and navigate life with less resistance. I'm Katie Rupert, a former hustle and grind overachiever on a thrilling and messy journey. I love to share what I'm learning and help others in self-discovery using human design. So, if you're seeking a way to move forward, let me be your weekly mindset coach and share stories to inspire you to action towards your unique purpose without the force or burnout.
It is time to announce who is winning the free integration session. Thank you guys for sharing and entering to win. I have lots of questions that we'll be incorporating over the next several episodes. So I'm excited. Okay, I have my wheel of names with everyone that has entered to win. And our winner is, I don't know if you can hear the background, it's like spinning the wheel. The winner is Georgia Prince. Congratulations, Georgia. Yay. I am so excited for you. I know we did a session for you so we can go a little bit deeper, or you can gift that or do a connection chart or something like that. So congratulations. I'm sure we'll do more giveaways on the podcast soon. For today, I just wanted to remind you that this has been a really big week energetically. So not just the human design transits, but the month of August, as we wrap it up at the time of this recording, today is the full moon in Pisces. Pisces is a water sign, and it is all about your intuition and trusting yourself and creating that spiritual connection, bridging the gap between what we ground ourselves practically in and our spiritual connection, becoming that whole human being. And so you may have experienced some extra emotions this week or throughout August. You may have had some patterns from the past creep up with relationships or things that you have been trying to figure out for a while. Maybe they're just coming right back up in your face. You might have had some twists or turns or unexpected changes even. So I would love to know what your experience has been over the month of August. Of course, with human design, we've got this week we've been in the gate 59, which is all about connection and breaking down barriers, where if this gate feels good and we're doing it right, we're going to be more comfortable being vulnerable. So I encourage you over these next few days, where and who do you want to be vulnerable with? And it also creates an understanding of what is closeness to you? Who do you want to create intimacy with? Who is it that you trust and want to deepen relationships with? Those are questions you can ask yourself. And when it's unhealthy, or when we're kind of not doing aligned things with this gate, it avoids those conflicts. It may hide the truth or have poor communication with others. It might isolate and close itself off from others because they don't want to feel vulnerable. So you can ask if any of that's been true for you over this last week. And as we move into the human design transit gate 40, it's all about boundaries, creating boundaries with work and rest, as well as relationships. So over this next week, the energetic forecast, if you will, considers and knows when to quit, when to work, when to rest, has some self-care. It's a great excuse to do some self-care this week. And when you're not taking care of yourself, not resting, overworking, finding that burnout, finding that overwhelm, getting exhausted, that's when boundaries need to go up. So consider work and rest. With this full moon, it's also an eclipse. I did get a chance. I stayed up till about 10:30 or so. I wanted to watch a little bit of it. Took a little walk in the evening just to adore the moon and consider what is it that I need to release or surrender? Where can I trust myself more? And kind of be in the flow. Pisces is a water sign, so you can do a water ritual. I'm going to be doing a water ritual tonight. at my full moon flow. But when I think of flow, walking, just writing, anything that's in flow for me. So I took a walk last night. I started to see, oh, the full moon is not full anymore. Oh my gosh, I'm watching the eclipse. So I stayed and I saw it about halfway. I don't know if anyone else stayed up to see that, but it was pretty cool. And when we have not only a full moon is illuminating areas that maybe we're avoiding, right? What's complete? What needs to be done? What is it that I need to loosen the grip on and release control? And tonight we're just getting curious under this full moon. What's the difference in avoidance and surrender? What have you outgrown? And tonight with the gratitude, with celebration, we just let that go. Wash your hands of it, take a shower, some of those full moon rituals you can take advantage of. Just taking a shower and be like, I'm letting that go for now. The eclipse piece of it is, we're going to be having these same things. They're coming to a close and then starting new. So you can just ask yourself what's happening inside of you that you haven't been paying attention to, but it's time. One thing that came up for me this week is just those healthy habits that were so ingrained in me. I've loosened my grip on those and not the way that I want, right? So I've been avoiding getting back to my structure of like how I eat when I stop eating, my Ayurvedic tips and principles. And so that's been coming up for me a lot. I'm like, that's simple stuff, but it really makes a clear difference for me when, and I've been just avoiding it like, okay, I'll get to that later. But it really does make a difference in how I feel and the energy level that I can show up with, Anyway, that's just a little bit about this week. So I wanted to leave you with those thoughts, and congrats again to Georgia, our winner. I am officially launching this integration session. It's taking place of my human design reading. So it will cover the same information, but now with this new certification, I'm able to help you go a little bit deeper, use this instead of it being information, really integrating it. And as always, we've got my monthly membership, the Lighten Your Load practice, where you get 3 sessions with me. One is the Moon Circle, where we're going to talk about the kind of like what we did today, but go a little deeper, answer some questions to actually have some accountability with tracking what are your intentions, what are you releasing, what are you cultivating in your life. And then 2 group coaching sessions with me to use your human design. You can show up at those calls and ask questions about like where your resistance is, what's going on. It can be work related, personal related, and we'll look at your custom human design and talk through how you can use your human design to create more flow, less resistance, combat that burnout or overwhelm that comes with those stressors in life. And the whole point is to practically use your human design so that you can know what's yours to carry and what is no longer needed. You can just lay it down, lighten your load. And I've really come to adore this motto that I don't even know where it came from. I just started saying it like, I want to lighten your load without blowing up your life. Like this came from this deep transformation that happened inside of me where I just always carried everything. It always felt heavy. It always felt overwhelming. And when I met human design and I began to just very simply use it in my everyday life, my authority, how my energy works, and for me that was responding to life. When I started using that, life did feel a lot lighter, and I started trusting myself more. I feel more aligned. Business is better. Life feels better. And so I want that for you too. And that's what Lighten Your Load is all about. So I'd love to do a session for you if you're ready to do that. And I had the special, I have an alumni special rate. So if you've done reading with me before, you can get that rate. And if you've never done a reading with me, you can get the alumni rate through the end of August. Even if you can't schedule in August, which you probably won't be able to with my schedule, but you can schedule later as long as you book and sign up for your integration human design reading by the end of August. So that's still happening for a few more days. Okay. With that, go have yourself a great week, and I will see you online. Be back here next week. Let's go live by our human design and get inspired by design.
Thanks for tuning in to Inspired by Design with Katie Rupert. If today's episode sparked something in you, I'd love to hear about it. Share your takeaways, subscribe, or even leave a review to help others find the show. For more tools and insights, visit my free Facebook group. And until next time, keep embracing exactly who you are and move forward one inspired action at a time.